She is a wonderful mom that I have met through my Empowered Moms course. I have worked with her children, and she is here to share her medical medium healing journey with you. Welcome, Natalia.
Hi, Kimberly. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
You're so welcome. So tell us when your medical medium journey began. What made you pick up that first book?
Well, it was quite a long journey. I wish I had found this book straight away, but I have not. So I got sick about 3.5 years ago. Before that, I considered myself a very healthy person, like doing sports every day and eating a healthy diet, never ate any junk or processed food. And then after my second child was born, suddenly I couldn't recover to my previous self. And it was getting worse and worse. And then I started having some scary symptoms, like my feet were burning. It's like having your feet at the fireplace all the time. And then the leg pain. And my hands would go numb just out of the blue. Or muscle weakness. I could not explain this, and it wouldn't go away. So it was, first of all, it was very scary for me. And then I spent almost 2 years searching for answers, like typical situation. I visited all kinds of doctors, medical and naturopathic. I tried all kinds of therapies, homeopathy, osteopathy, acupuncture, even a psychologist, because they told me it's all in my head.
Of course, right? They convince you that it's all in your head when they can't figure out what's going on.
They told me, you are a young mom, you have maybe some stress, you need to take some rest. Yes, I know, but it's not normal. And if your feet are burning all the time, I know it's not normal. And I couldn't find why. I had never met somebody with such symptoms before. If you start Googling the symptoms, you get scary even more. And that's what I did. And it was horrible. So I started getting panic attacks. I was in constant stress. What is happening to me? What's going to be with my kids if it's multiple sclerosis or whatever? Yeah. So it was, for me, something autoimmune, but no label. I tried any kind of diet changes then. First, cut gluten and dairy because they told me it's intolerance. The feet still burning. Then I tried paleo for half a year, and then even AIP, horrible thing for me. Yeah, it's basically, for those who don't know, it's only meat and vegetables, no fruit.
Yeah,
it's really a horrible thing.
Did your symptoms get worse when you tried that without the fruit?
It got a bit better with my gut symptoms, but after 2 weeks of this AIP, I got joint pain on my knuckles here in my hands. And then, only then, thanks God, so 1 month after into this IAP, I met the first medical medium book, and it was such a coincidence that my friend sent me a screen from a shingles chapter, like, look at this, maybe this is your symptoms. And I immediately bought this book, I read it, and I knew from the beginning, this is the truth. Every single of my symptoms was explained there. And then I started immediately. It was so easy because with the paleo and AIP, you already cut all the no foods. Yeah, right. So you only need to cut the meat and add back the fruit and potatoes. And it felt so right and so good because actually I was vegetarian my whole life. I hated meat. This
it was perfect. It was your destiny. So what symptoms have you healed to this point?
The best thing after I switched to medical medium from this AIP, after 2 years of no effect, only 2 weeks later, my feet stopped burning. 2 weeks after I started celery juicing, feet stopped burning, leg pain went away, tingles and numbness in the hands went away, joint pain went away, muscle weakness, like I couldn't lift my hands, this very weird feeling also went away. Then panic attacks, of course, and anxiety, brain fog, fatigue, chronic migraines, and a lot of gut symptoms like bloating and gut pain. I also had constant liver or gallbladder pain. So all this stuff, it's all healed. And even some symptoms I didn't realize that were symptoms.
Isn't that funny too, right? When the big things go away, you're like, oh, there's these little things that I just assume are normal, but they're really not. So talk about some of those. What were some of the things that you didn't realize?
For example, I always had cold hands and cold feet. And I just thought it's me. I was always having to drink some hot tea, but now I am drinking cold juices and lemon water, and I do not have any cold feet.
I love it.
And it's really amazing what happened to me. And it happened not so fast, but the major symptom, this burning feet, it was the first one to go. So it's really
amazing because you knew you were on the right path. What was the first thing that you saw leaving your body? Was that the first? That was the first one. Okay. So your biggest symptom went away first in your case. So you knew that this was, you've seen all these doctors, nobody knows what's wrong with you. You start doing this and your biggest complaint goes away. So incredible. So how did this impact you spiritually, emotionally? How did it impact you as a mom? How did this, change the way of how you would raise your kids?
It's very important. I think it is huge because not to live in fear anymore and know the answers because I spent 2 years in constant stress. I didn't know what is going to me. Of course, I was thinking every day, how do I live through my day? What happens to my kids if something happens to me? And it was so I was even, it was making it so much worse. So now, even if I would have some symptom, which could happen from time to time, briefly, I'm not panicking.
Right.
And it is such a relief. So I know what to do. I know the reason why it is happening to me. And I also know what to do with my kids if they have some symptoms. So it's a gift, this information.
It is a gift, and it makes you feel empowered. Really is the word. You feel like you have the tools and you know what to do if something comes up, even with your kids, because you've been through it yourself, which is amazing. And it kind of changes. I always say it changes the way we may have been as a mom if we didn't get sick. You know what I'm saying? And even if most of us were eating healthy, most of us were eating a diet that we at least thought we thought we were super healthy at the time.
I thought I was super healthy because I don't eat processed food, but I eat organic bread, organic dairy, organic eggs.
There you go.
Super healthy, yes.
Yes. So what do you want everyone to know from your story and your journey, the women or the men or the children that are just getting started, they're not so sure yet, they've just found the book, what do you want them to know?
I would say it's very important to know the truth because there is so much information out there which is confusing and partially wrong, like all these diet trends which I got into, and I have done also a lot of wrong stuff with my kids because I thought it was healthy for them, like buying for them organic eggs and dairy and bread and gluten. And it's just very important to know where is the truth. So to read the books, to read them again. There is so many, all the answers are in the books, and especially read them before you get sick, even if you are healthy, in order to stay healthy. I wish I had this information from the beginning of before I became a mom. Then I would have, my kids would have a different start into their life.
And I think it's so important too for people to know the truth and to listen to the stories and the testimonials and jump on Anthony's Instagram and read the things that people have healed, because that is truth and that is, what is happening for people. And of course there's people out there that are saying like, oh, this is not real or this or that, but listen to the real people. Listen to the women that have healed chronic conditions and the moms that have healed their children of things as well. It's so important that, we speak out and we share the light and we share our stories. So I thank you so much for sharing hope and spreading your story and spreading the light. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.